Senior parents, we are asking you to come on to the pool deck. Good afternoon and welcome to our Senior Day celebration for our class of 2024 CRIM swimmers. At this time, I would just like to acknowledge the seniors from Morristown High School and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you to Coach Sharp and Coach Ellerton and to our juniors who are going to present our seniors today. So first up, just read slowly into the mic.
When coaches pick a team captain, they try to look for many qualities. The good ones usually are dedicated to their sport, supportive, and role models. Abby exceeds all those qualities and expectations. A four-year member of the MBS varsity swim team, Abby comes to every practice and meet, making sure not only herself but her teammates are swimming to the best of their abilities. If a swimmer is nervous about an event or not feeling their best that day, she is always the first person to give them advice. Every day, Abby comes to practice with a smile on her face. Although she is not the loudest, Abby's positive energy is always contagious and will truly be missed. An Irish dancer both at the regional and national levels, Abby has also been a stage manager for plays and musicals at MBS and the co-president of the Latin Club. Thank you for everything, Abby, and we can't wait to see all the amazing things you accomplish after you graduate from MBS.
Then you guys will go there and take a picture. Next up is Mackenzie Doherty.
A true team leader and two-time swim team captain, Mackenzie is someone to look up to. She's not here for herself, but for the team. If you are ever to look at the side of the pool during a meet, Mackenzie will be there cheering her teammates on. Mackenzie's Crimson Pride is strong. It is clear that Mackenzie's first priority is the team. If a swimmer is nervous about a race, she is sure to be there for them and calm them down. She wants the best for not just the team, but each individual swimmer. Selfless is Mackenzie, a hard worker who will show up every day and be there to support her fellow swimmers. In addition to her swimming accomplishments, Mackenzie is a member of the MBS Athletic Leadership Council and the National High School Mathematics and Honors Society. She has also been an advocate of food allergy awareness to improve cafeteria allergen labeling and food safety. She is a visual art editor of the school's Maria magazine and participates in the Psychology Club, Gardening Club, and the Glow Club. Mackenzie has helped her peers in the Academic Writing Center as part of the Writing Tutor program. Outside of MBS, Mackenzie volunteers at St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center as a critter camp counselor and as a youth task force volunteer in the shelter. The team will not be the same without you, Mackenzie. We will miss you next year. Good luck at Holy Cross and with all the fantastic things you will go on to do. Thank you for all the work you put into this team.
Next up is Antonella Ortega.
Hi all, I'm here to say a few words for Antonella. I truly cannot believe the position we are in today, when just yesterday the two of us were underclassmen watching the senior day play out. I'm so grateful this sport has brought us to meet and for all the memories that came with it. When things get a little crazy on the pool deck, either at practice or during a meet, we can always count on Antonella to keep everyone cool, calm, and collected. As a voice of reason, Antonella is not afraid to speak her mind and make a reasoned argument when it's needed. A varsity member for the past 3 years and one of the leaders on the girls' team, Antonella is also a leader of the Latin Affinity Group, a blood drive captain, and a member of the varsity volleyball team, plus a manager of the varsity softball team. You really are a special person with a big heart and an ever-persisting positive attitude. Thank you for making these past few seasons what they were for me and the whole team. We know you're off to bigger and better things, and we will miss your daily presence very much. Congratulations.
Put your jacket down. Switch with you. I know that.
Thank you.
Next is Noah Gurman.
A four-year varsity letterman, Noah is one of our key freestyle sprinters, frequently stepping up in a big meet situations to score points for our team. He's always a fun person to talk to, and is always encouraging to his underclassmen. Noah will swim any event you give him and will hop right out to cheer on his teammates. And in the locker room, Noah's never-ending barrage of jokes will make us forget how cold we were after getting out of the pool. Noah is a volunteer at the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, the D&D Club, and Food Allergy Awareness Club. He's also a part of the theater department. Thank you, Noah. We will miss you.
Next up is Ian Patchett.
It's hard to be the face of anything, but not for Ian. Ian is undoubtedly the face of the boys' swim team, not just because his face sticks slightly above the crowd, but for the love and effort he has put into the team. He comes to practice healthy or sick, tired or awake, sore or energized, happy or sad. He swims hard every day just because he can. He leads the boys enthusiastically through every meet, regardless of our winning odds. He is an impeccable freestyler and loves taking up brutal distance events out of pleasure. At least I think he does. And if you tell him to swim something that isn't freestyle, he will still try his hardest. He is a definition of a role model. A 4-year varsity swim letterman and a 2-year team captain, Ian also applied his athletic talents to the varsity cross country and track and field teams. And if this wasn't enough, Ian also found the time to participate in Dungeons and Dragons, Latin, and food allergy awareness clubs. If you haven't gotten the message yet, Ian will be sorely missed. He departs for Syracuse University in the summer and will take a large role from the character of our team. Thank you, Ian.
Next up is Jonah Tinkelman.
After middle school, Jonah had not participated in MBS swim before this year. And like many of us, he was peer pressured by his friends to join a week after preseason ended. But he joined, probably because he thought, hey, it can't be worse than cross country. I think I need to remind all of us how fortunate the team is to have Jonah join this year. He demonstrates commitment, determination, and a level of sportsmanship and contagious enthusiasm on and off the pool deck. I've had the honor of knowing Jonah and Ian for the last 6 years. Let me tell you very briefly how we all met. Not even knowing I was a member of the same middle school swim team, Jonah and Ian reached out to a lonely lost middle schooler and offered me a place to sit at lunch. Not only that, Jonah, he generously and genuinely showed me a level of kindness, warmth, and friendship I had not expected. Jonah has taught me what it means to be an honest and thoughtful friend, and it is because of Jonah that I am committed to always paying it forward so that others can experience the same connection we had. The coaches can teach technical stroke skills and improve our speed, but the most important trait that really can't be taught is what it means to demonstrate the character required to be a valuable teammate. Jonah, American University is lucky to have you next year, and we know there are only great things in store for your future. We thank you for your commitment to the team this season, and I personally want to thank you for your friendship. You will be greatly missed, and we wish you all the best.
That was amazing. Next up is Ethan Cathavale.
Ethan is awesome. Why do I say that? Definitely not because it says to on this piece of paper and I wrote it, but like, he's awesome because he does nothing but contribute to the team. Despite his busy and demanding schedule, he comes as many days as he can and swims his hardest too. Although he's very humble, Ethan is a deceptively strong freestyler at longer distances. He will do any event you tell him to swim, and he will cheer on his friends directly afterward. A 3-year varsity swim team letterman, Ethan is a great leader, helping underclassmen and trying to do the right thing. In addition to swimming, Ethan is also a member of the JV golf team, BFI club, AAPI affinity group, and an audiovisual producer at his synagogue. Congratulations and thank you, Ethan.
And our final senior, Jeffrey Edelman.
A 4-year varsity swim letterman, Jeff is a rather large part of our boys swim team this year and an important point scorer for us in the freestyle sprints. Jeff always gives his all in both practice and meets, makes it seem effortless. Jeff is always a positive source of energy and a calming force on our nerves before our race. He is also a relentless supporter of his teammates. In addition to swimming, Jeff was also a member of the MBS varsity soccer and tennis teams. Outside of sports, Jeff has been a member of Pathways and PBJC community outreach. Jeff will continue his engineering studies this fall at Lehigh University. Congratulations, Jeffrey.
At this time, I would just like one last round of applause for our class of 2024 Crim swimmers. We'll take one last group photo of our seniors. Thank you to Morristown for your patience and for your participation and your kind empathy in participating in our ceremony. And as soon as we're done with our photos, we can get in and warm up, and good luck to both teams today.
And welcome live from Play-by-Play Productions here from Morristown Baird School here in Morristown, New Jersey. It's time for Senior Day 2024. Morristown High School is here. And we are underway with the 200 medley relay. 2 sets of relays on each side. MBS boys and girls will alternate girls and boys through this 22 race final afternoon, final day in terms of the cutoff for state qualification as well. Ralph Bednarczyk on hand, so happy to have you with me. 8 seniors that were honored beforehand in a nice pregame ceremony here conducted here at the MBS pool. Backstrokers are finally done. Out of lane 3, it's Caitlin Liu that is in to breaststroke, a freshman for Morristown High School. Meanwhile, Katie Clark is in the pool. She is in lane number 4, just behind her in the middle of the 6-lane pool, 25 meters. After the touch, Caitlin Liu and Katie Clark will try to make up some ground, and it's pretty much steady there as we wait for Lilia Ushiki, who's going to be the flyer for Morristown High School, against Isla Johnston, the top swimmer in the MBS program on the girls' side. And this is Clark now making up a lot of ground, and Clark is first on the touch, and Isla Johnston is into the pool. So a fantastic kind of final 20 meters from Katie Clark to make up a lot of ground to set things up for Johnston. Lilia Ushiki is a sophomore into the pool for Morristown here in the 200 medley relay. Then each school also has a B squad in their medley relay as well. Johnston now has separated a little bit further, and Johnston opening up now appears to be a 5-meter lead before she will hand it off to Annie Rianda. And Rianda is now into the pool, into the freestyle, handed about a 5.5 or so meter length. Isabella Tapkis is the anchor and the freestyler into the pool for Morristown High School. Tapkis just down the touch, and Rianda is not relenting on that 5-meter plus lead. It's now extended even closer to 6. So Katie Clark putting in tremendous work. And there is the touch. Rianda is there. And the 200 medley relay for Morristown Baird is successful. They win this heat with the Morristown High School A relay finishing in second, but these points as well total up here who finishes 3rd and 4th in these meets. Both programs had meets yesterday, and due to the weather that we've experienced, both of our coaches, Eugene Sharp in his 2nd year coaching Morristown Baird, and Joe Sakala coaching Morristown High School, they're going with kind of different lineups, as we still have medley still finishing up. They're trying to get times out there for their younger swimmers, inexperienced swimmers, and also put them into different positions to get them some times and a barometer for down the road. So that's what can make this at times fun for these swimmers, because there's less pressure when a number of starters that may swim different meets and events in a day like this, they either get the day off, or they'll swim maybe less total laps than they would because it is a back-to-back compared to yesterday. Yesterday, Morristown hosted Chatham in a swim meet, and Chatham has always been a fantastic program. Chatham now 7-0. So now we're ready into the pool for the 200 freestyle on the boys' side. I should say this is the 200 men's, the 200 boys medley relay. Jack McMillan, he leads things off in the backstroke for Morristown High School at a lane 3. While Nick Troiano is into the pool here in the 200 medley relay, the backstroke for Morristown Baird, he is in lane 4. So McMillan does his job and gives James Rodas, his breaststroker, a healthy lead. Will Lestrange is into the pool for Morristown Baird and try to make up about a 2-meter plus length. That is now increasing with some strong strides here coming off the wall from James Rodas, a sophomore. Rodas' primary event usually has been the 400 freestyle, so he is well equipped here to go the 50 yards, the 50 meters, as now next into the pool is Jack Contenoir. He's the butterflyer now, who's been given a very nice lead from Morristown High School. Noah Gehrman is into the pool now for MBS. And Jack Contenoir is about to hand it off for senior Lincoln Stewick, who's the freestyler. Stewick into the pool, and this lead has increased up to 10. A sizable lead here from Morristown High School. And this has increased up to 15 yards or so. Good 15 meters here. James Rodas in particular expanding what Jack McMillan handed him here in this boys 200-meter relay. And now just racing for time. There is the touch from Lincoln Stewick. Ian Patchett, senior that will study at Syracuse coming up next year. He is on the touch to close things out for MBS, the MBS freestyler, to conclude the 200-meter. So the medley is over. And Stewick, normally a 50 freestyler, he's in the medley relay. So that's a perfect spot for Stewick to finish up as the anchor in an event like this. Morristown High School yesterday. Joe Sakala loved how they swam yesterday against Chatham High School, getting their highest power points of the season. Girls swimming final yesterday is 118 to 52. Now we turn into the women's 200 freestyle. In lane 3, Claire Burns with Emma Traver in lane 5, Penelope Jameson in lane number 1 for Morristown High School. And for MBS, Whitney Robertson, lane 2, Joanne Lee, lane 4, Sophia Greller is in lane number 6. And at the first turn, Claire Burns emerges with the healthy lead, and her teammate Emma Traver, only a freshman, is only about a half length behind. And a lane 4, Joanne Lee would be in third for MBS. And Lee with a strong touch has now made up some time here and made up a length, and she is right now even in second with Emma Traver. Senior Claire Burns, upon the touch, continues to maintain about a 1.5 length advantage. Burns, a captain, 4 years in the varsity, very versatile for Joe Sakala, and she specializes in distance events and swims with the Madison, New Jersey YMCA Swimming Club. One thing of note I see of Burns, very, very patient strokes from Claire. Like a machine here, Claire Burns. There's no panic in any of her strokes, and her consistency is what is allowing her to separate. Burns off the touch, increasing that lead with that stamina over Joanne Lee in lane 4 for MBS, right now out of the picture here in the girls 200 freestyle. In today's dual swim meet, Ralph Bedorchik with you and our entire crew from Play-by-Play Productions from Morristown, New Jersey. Intra-town rival here today on the both and girls sides. Burns continues to be extremely consistent upon watching her. And meanwhile, Lee maybe adding a little bit more power to her late strokes here, realizing she needs to make up some time. Lee with a good touch off the wall, but it's still about a 7-meter length or so. And upon the final touch, Burns comfortably takes the girls' 200-meter freestyle. Lee will finish and touch up second for MBS. And Emma Traver in lane number 5 finishes third. Claire Burns' steadiness and consistency was very evident there. Coming back this year, Morristown High School was very optimistic. They graduated a lot of seniors, but they ended up with a very large freshman class like Emma Traver, who are showing out on the varsity squad, and that has given Joe Sakala a lot of depth in days like today where you might be swimming a little bit of a skeleton lineup, and his team is able to score points and show that on any given day, if he needs to make a switch, that he has very capable people. By the way, unfortunately, we don't have a functioning scoreboard today, so we are just going off of our unofficial clock that you see right in the middle there. 3 minutes and 43 seconds or so to close out. Here we go to the boys' 200 freestyle. In lane 5, Nate Miller is a junior for Morristown. Beckett Baldessari is in lane 1. Senior Andrew Koziak was scheduled to swim but cannot make it, so there may have been a last-minute fill there. Boys 200 free lineup for MBS. Lane 2, Ethan Kofavalli is a senior with Ian Patchett in lane 4, another senior, and Ben Bodak in lane number 6. After the first turn and the first 50 meters, it is Ian Patchett that is first on the turn. And quickly emerging, though, is the swimmer for, should be Nate Miller out of lane 3 for Morristown High School. And towards completing 75 meters, still very even between these two swimmers. Patchett on the turn, and this time Miller is able to close down the gap even more. Less than half a length between these two. Lane 3, top portion of your screen, Nate Miller of Morristown High School. Lane number 4, Ian Patchett of Morristown Baird. And Patchett unable to separate from Miller here. And what stands to be a pretty nice race as we come up on the halfway point. Now here's a little separation from Patchett. Patchett, just as he separated before Miller closed it down a little bit. Patchett is a co-captain, distance 200 and 400 freestyles. Typically wants to swim the 400. 6'1", very lean, and here is Miller making his move now out of lane 3 for Morristown High School. And now these two athletes are virtually even on the touch. Wow, very hard to tell. It appears like it was. Very difficult to tell who finished up there. Final lanes 1, 2, and 5. And unfortunately, without the digital scoreboard, we cannot tell who officially won, but I think it was out of lane 3, the Morristown High School swimmer, and what was otherwise a good race. Next we'll have the girls 200 IM. Lane 3 will be represented by Morristown High School freshman Sabrina Carr. Lane 5, Jillian De Peralta. Lane 1's sophomore Samantha Lima. And for MBS, Gemma Hung, who's a transfer from Villa Walsh, who had to merge this year with Morristown Baird. Gemma Hung is in lane 2. Isla Johnston back in the pool in lane 4. And a late scratch, Abby Ewing was scheduled here for lane 6, but we'll have just 5 swimmers here. And through the first 25, lane 4, Isla Johnston in the IM has put together a lead of almost 3 lengths, and Isla continues to build on it. Isla last year set the school record in the 400, swam last year in the prep championships in the 500, great stamina. Eugene Sharp especially noting, even going back last year when she was a sophomore, how much mental toughness she has in the pool. She's on the smaller side to date ourselves in terms of a reference. 5'4", like the great Janet Evans, 1980s United States, perhaps the Katie Ledecky way before Katie Ledecky, except Katie Ledecky is much, much taller than Janet Evans. Johnston now into the backstroke in the IM, and Johnston continues to build on that lead. And now she's built it up to nearly 10 meters plus. Isla Johnston has improved in the 400-meter freestyle this year. What that tells me is her stamina is just much, much greater. She's been swimming since she was 7 or 8 years old. And what also makes this an interesting week, it's not just a back-to-back for these 2 programs, but they both will have swimmers that will qualify for this Saturday's Morris County Championships, which might be streamed somewhere you might be able to watch, but that's coming up this Saturday. The Morris County Boys and Girls Swimming Championships. Yes, it comes that quick. There are some areas like in New York State where the swimming championships are into February. In New Jersey, they are just a little bit past January. Isla Johnston for NBS with a substantial lead of nearly a full lap. And she's past the midway point here of this 200 IM on the girls' side. In lane 3, Sabrina Carr of Morristown High School appears like she is still in second, but Sabrina is probably the best freshman in the Morristown deep class. She swims club for Greater Morris YMCA. Very versatile. Johnston with the touch, and the race was on out of lane number 2. In Gemma Hung to try to catch Sabrina Carr, and Gemma made it close, but Carr was healthy into second. But Gemma Hung put together a strong final 50 meters. And the girls' 200 IM has come to a close. And now over to the boys' 200 IM. For Morristown Baird, Noah Gehrman. One of those 8 seniors that will jump into the pool. He'll be in lane 2. Nick Troiano will be in lane number 4 for MBS. 3 swimmers for Morristown High School. Jack McMillan, the junior, in lane 3. James Rodas, sophomore, in lane 5, with Andrew Alexopoulos in lane number 1. So we'll have just 5 swimmers here. The boys' 200 IM underway. Just 1 heat in all of our events today. In lane 4, Nick Troiano. And his lead is a solid length or 2. Troiano is a junior, co-captain, leader of the team, will be a captain next year. Best backstroker in the program. 50 and 100 sprinter. He's been the go-to guy in the past in the 200 medley for the backstroke. Here is in the 200 IM. McMillan in lane 3 now. As separated, meanwhile lane 4, Troiano has slowed down, so it is all Jack McMillan right now, a junior from Morristown. Out of lane 3, McMillan is able to stay underwater, also a nice length of time before appearing, and then continuing to power through. He's the best all-around swimmer, talking to Joe Sakala, second-year coach of Morristown. He's got multiple individual cut times already for the meet of champions. 100 freestyler, but the 200 IM might be his best event, and McMillan showing it as he has exploded past the opening 30 seconds, and Jack McMillan may end up lapping the MBS swimmer here the way he is going. Troiano in lane 4 still appears to be in second. McMillan is there on the touch. Strong time there, maybe unofficially 2:27, somewhere in that vicinity for Jack McMillan. Something to be very happy about, particularly when you're swimming back-to-back, regardless of, even if you may not be doing your primary event, swimming back-to-back, it's just not something that this sport is designed to have swimmers be doing, swimming back-to-back on back-to-back days at the high school level. They might be in the pool training back-to-back days, but they're not necessarily going to be competing and putting in full force. So congratulations to Jack McMillan, who takes today's race at the boys 200 IM. We'll go to the girls splash and dash, what I like to call it, the girls 50 freestyle. And we've got full hands on deck, 3 swimmers apiece. Mackenzie Doherty, lane 2 for MBS. Annie Rionda, lane 4. Anatella Ortega's in lane number 6. For Morristown, freshman Kelly Jewell is in lane 3. Madison Bond, a senior, lane 5. Anya Sidhu is a freshman in lane 1. Here we go off the touch. Lane 3, Kelly Jewell has the brief lead. Annie Rionda is about to separate. Rionda has now passed Jewell. Rionda very close, one powerful stroke. Rionda in lane 4 for MBS just beats out the freshman, Kelly Jewell. Jewell had a terrific first 20 meters or so before slowing down, and there was the experience showing of Annie Rionda to be able to catch her. Jewell is just coming back from injury from Morristown High School, so today is actually her first time in the water since Friday. And normally she's a butterflyer, so I think that performance is going to make Joe Sakala very happy when you factor in the circumstances. Over to the boys 50 freestyle. Jack McMillan will be in lane number 3. Jack Contenoir for Morristown High School, lane 5. And Joshua Susanto in lane 1. The Morristown swimmers. On the boys' side, Jeff Edelman, senior for MBS in lane 2. Jack Moore in lane 4. And Ronnie Schreier for the first time in lane 6. 50 free is underway. Lane 3, Jack McMillan is first on the touch. He only finished up his last event, the 200 IM, maybe 10 minutes ago. And McMillan doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He's getting some competition from his teammate in lane number 5, Jack Cotenoir. Cotenoir does finish in second, but it is McMillan still showing he is a workhorse in the pool. Touching up there in the 50 freestyle. Again from Morristown, Cotenoir. Tell you, if this was another 10 meters in length, Cotenoir might have caught him. So we've completed 8 events. Next up will be the women's 100 butterfly, but I believe we're going to be taking a 5-minute intermission here, and that's what the story is as the two teams stretch out. So we can pause here on Play-by-Play Productions on YouTube as we join you here from Morristown Baird School as our intermission, very brief intermission, is underway. So we'll take a brief pause here. Ralph Bednarchik on hand. You're watching MBS Swimming Senior Day 2024 from Play-by-Play Productions. And welcome me back here to William Rook Pool at Morristown Beard School, Morristown, New Jersey. Morristown High School and MBS here. Senior Day 2024 for Morristown Beard. Ralph Bignorchik with you. We just finished our intermission. Here's our 9th event. So here's the girls' 100 butterfly. Oriana James Dreyer, sophomore in lane 3 for Morristown. Aubrey Jordan is a freshman in lane 5. Valerie De La Cruz, a senior, in lane 1. And for MBS, Gemma Hung is in lane 2. Freshman Katie Clark is in lane number 4. Lane 3, James Dreyer getting some competition from freshman Aubrey Jordan on the outside after the first 50. And OJ, as they call her, is able to separate off the touch nicely. Jordan is in the 100 backstroker, best backstroker on this team, swims for the Madison YMCA, so this is also impressive if you can keep pace. But James Dreyer, 100 flyer, is an exceptional swimmer. Talking to Joe Sakala with the Greater Morris YMCA. She's a distance swimmer. She's going to swim in the counties in distance on Saturday, so today is a little bit of a day off for OJ as she comes up with a touch, and OJ captures the 100 butterfly today on her so-called day off with Aubrey Jordan, her teammate, freshman on the outside with a nice showing in lane 5, so she gives herself a benchmark. Then in lane number 4, Katie Clark with the touch to finish in 3rd for MBS. So the girls' 100 fly has come to an end as we turn our attention to the boys' side. MBS scheduled to have just one swimmer here. That's going to be Will Lestrange. That'll take his spot in lane number 4. Lestrange is a very strong butterflyer, so this is his event. He's a club swimmer for the Madison Swimming Club. Just actually back from a broken hand, so Will in lane 4, but he's going to get a good test today. Joshua Susanto is a junior in lane 5 for Morristown High School, and Owen Barone is a senior in lane number 3. But in lane 4, Will Lestrange separating after the touch. And Lestrange powering through the second touch after the first 50. And look at him accelerate. And he is building his lead to 5+ lengths. He's qualified for Saturday's Morris County Championships in this event. And he's had a great time finally getting back to his potential. When you break your hand, there's so little you can do in the pool. If anything, you can be on the bike to try to keep up your conditioning, but it's just not the same. There's the touch from Lestrange. So he has his warm-up ahead of Saturday's Morris County Championships. And at a lane 3, Owen Barone on the touch, and then Joshua Susanto here will finish up. Susanto is a junior. Usually is in the 100 butterfly, so this is more of his event. And Owen Barone is a co-captain. Congrats to Owen Barone because he is a senior. It's the first time he's swimming the 100 butterfly this year. So he was given a little bit of an opportunity today by Joe Sakala to establish a benchmark. More of a sprinter and a 50 freestyler. Also doing the 100 backstroke for the first time. So this is what this day is all about when it's a little bit of a skeleton lineup where you're giving different people different opportunities and to keep wear and tear down. Here comes the girls 100 freestyle. Girls 100 freestyle, Allison Pitaro, a junior, lane 3 for Morristown. Leah Goraway, a junior in lane 1. And Caitlin Liu, a freshman, was also scheduled, but was a late scratch. Mackenzie Doherty, a senior in lane number 2 for MBS, with Annie Rianda in lane 4 and Cassie Patino in lane 6. Tight on the touch After the first turn, Annie Rianda looked like she had the first touch, but coming off the wall beautifully is Allison Pitaro, who actually came up from underwater with the lead. And right now it is Pitaro, top of your picture, in lane 3, just ahead of Rianda of MBS in lane 4. Pitaro barely maybe adding another, perhaps foot, can't even say half length. Good race here, and the girls 100 free. And on the touch, it looks like it's Pitaro just barely ahead of Annie Rianda on the 100 free. Good race there. And the winner out of lane number 3 of Morristown High School. Ali Pitaro is a junior, also swims with the Madison YMCA. Usually is the #1 swimmer and probably the best distance swimmer in the Morristown program, and may swim those for counties. Now we're off to the boys 100 freestyle. And we're gonna have a full deck here of all 6 lanes for MBS. Senior Jonah Tinkleman for the first time in lane 2. Jack Moore is in lane number 4, and Nana Adutwam is in lane 6. And from Morristown High School, Nick Husel is in lane 3, Nate Miller lane 5. Nick Husel in lane 3. He's got the lead over Jack Moore in the middle for MBS. Husel swam a 107 in this event. Today, one of the key parts for Morristown High School that's missing, Sebastian Canasso. He's already a qualifier for the New Jersey Meet of Champions in the 50 freestyle. So this would be another event where Canasso would appear in, giving you a sense of how deep Morristown High School is, a big school compared to a private school locally in MBS that is smaller. On the touch, Nick Husel. He's there before Jack Moore of MBS, who finishes in second in this event. Jack Moore is an addition to the boys team here at MBS. That's added some great depth for Eugene Sharp's program. Next, we'll turn our attention to the girls' 400 freestyle. MBS only having one scheduled swimmer, that'll be Abby Ewing. And Abby on her senior day, co-captain. She'll also swim the 200 IM, sometimes the 100 butterfly. A lot of versatility for this MBS team. And Abby Ewing has been a multi-sport athlete as well at MBS. 400 free. It looks like we may have had one more addition actually for MBS. But for Morristown, Alexandra Hainsel is a sophomore in lane 3. Adriana Petrucci is in lane 5. Gabriella Araya, a sophomore, is on the far side in lane 1. Ewing off the touch in lane number 4. And right now it's a swimmer that I did not have listed for MBS in lane number 6 that has actually jumped out. So the leader here is actually well at the bottom in lane 6. And that's a swimmer from Morristown Baird with a sizable lead. And we're on lap number 3 pretty much across the board. Lap 3 of 12 in the girls 400 freestyle. Senior Day 2024 here at Morristown Baird School. Taking on local rival and much bigger public school, Morristown High School. And the MBS swimmer in lane number 6 is coming up on her 7th lap. So this is a commanding performance. This year for MBS, they're 2-3 overall. The good freshman class, yesterday they defeated Mendham by 30 points after last year losing to Mendham High School by 30. That's been the biggest change. Good freshman class in addition to 3 from Villa Walsh School that combined and merged with MBS. And the other addition is new assistant coach Sarah Ellerton. Sarah's now part of the director of admissions group here at MBS. She played college sports at playing water polo Division III program in Minnesota, McAllister. And water polo players have to have incredible endurance. She played and swam at Suffield Academy in Northern Connecticut. So from a toughness perspective, something Sarah Ellerton has been able to provide this MBS program as a new assistant coach to second-year head coach Eugene Sharp. In lane 6, here comes the touch for lap number 11 for the MBS swimmer. Lane number 4, Abby Ewing, appears like she is battling for 3rd. This is the 11th lap for the swimmer here in lane number 6 for MBS. As she has beyond lapped anybody else here in this pool. She just heard the bell, has the touch, and then it's one touch, and then swim and finish strong to conclude. Steady strokes here at lane 6 for MBS to capture the girls' 400 freestyle very convincingly and to set a nice benchmark for the time. Battle is still on though from some tired swimmers at lane 4, Abby Ewing for MBS. Lane number 5, Adriana Petrucci, a sophomore of Morristown. And here is where you see how grueling it is for these swimmers and how they're just fighting through every stroke. And trying to repeat that motion, that stroke every time. Still 2 more laps to go between Petrucci in lane 5, bottom of your screen, of Morristown High School, and Abby Ewing of MBS in lane 4. Ewing barely has a head-length lead. Petrucci in lane 5 has made up maybe a fraction of that advantage over these last 25. And now here's the final touch. Everybody realizes it here at Rook Pool and MBS. We've got a good race here. Ewing in lane 4, giving it everything she has. Petrucci slowing down for Morristown in lane 5. Ewing showing her experience. She separates and wins by a half length for second place here in the girls 400 freestyle. So good race there, and pacing from Abby Ewing after the touch, realizing, okay, everything I have left, I'm gonna put into it. And it looked like Abby still had perhaps another 25 left in her if she needed it. Some exhausted swimmers there, but we turn to the boys 400 freestyle. Ian Patchett will be in lane 2 for MBS with Ethan Kothavali in lane 4. 400 freestyle for Morristown. James Rodas in lane 3, Andrew Kosiak lane 5, Nick Husel in lane 1. And off the touch, it's a unknown MBS swimmer here in lane 6. And in second, lane 4, maybe Ethan Kothavali, also of MBS. Kothavali, rather, actually check that in lane number 3. That's James Rodas. And Rodas has made up a lot of ground, and now Rodas in lane 3, he's the guy to look out for. Rodas in lane 3. And at the 5th lap, Rodas continues to make up the advantage. The MBS swimmer out of lane 6. And we'll see if Rodas, who's just making the turn now, if he pops up in the lead. And it is James Rodas of Morristown High School that's made this interesting as we get into our 7th lap. So midway through here, this boys 400 freestyle. And Rodas is now clearly separated by maybe a head length over in lane 3. There's Rodas popping up in the middle of your picture. Rodas's best time in this event this season, 5 minutes 21 seconds. 400 freestyle is his primary event, and that's showing. And you see the bottom of your picture, the MBS swimmer that has been very tough to shake. But right now, lane 3 in the middle of your picture, James Rodas of Morristown High School is still your leader. And Rodas is now about to fully lap other swimmers in lane number 4 for MBS in Ethan Kothavali. Rodas now has a length plus advantage in the boys 400 freestyle. And that advantage is now nearing a full 2 meters. There's the bell for James Rodas. He extends to a full 2 body lengths as he makes his second to last turn. .5:21.59 was his best season time in this event. Again, our clock there is unofficial here on Play-by-Play Productions, but we've been pretty much on it today. Credit our crew. Rodas here midway through. He's got another 10 meters. Can he set a new mark for himself? Remember, 5:21.59. Rodas on the touch. Might have shattered it, 5:13 something. So James Rodas unofficially may have just put together his best season time in the 400 freestyle. Finishing in second in this heat is the MBS swimmer in lane number 6. Still some laps to go. Lane 4, Ethan Kothavali of MBS. Just finishing up lane 5, Andrew Kosiak, third for Morristown. And still swimming far side is Nick Husel, lane 1. And Kothavali trying to finish here. Kothavali and Husel are both on their final turns. Kothavali closes out his 400 freestyle, and Husel does for Morristown. Up next, we'll have a relay. Here's the girls' 200 freestyle relay. Morristown High School will have 2 teams. And their top relay, Isabella Tapkis, will lead it off with Lilia Ushiki and Allison Pitaro, Claire Burns. Into the pool for MBS, lane 4, Annie Rionda with Gemma Hahn, Katie Clark, and Isla Johnston. Lane 3 is the contingent from Morristown High School. Tapkis has gotten a great challenge from the outside from Sabrina Carr. And actually Carr, the freshman, has actually given the B unit a healthy lead. Right behind Carr is freshman Kelly Jewell. And Jewell right now in lane 5 and kind of the orange swimming cap still has the advantage. Her teammate sophomore Lilia Ushiki, a sophomore in lane 3, and actually Ushiki has made up a lot and even added to it. And in the middle, Gemma Hong in lane number 4 will yield to Katie Clark. Clark is in the water. Allison Pitaro. Now for the A unit for Morristown, Jillian D. Peralta in lane number 5 for Morristown. But Pitaro has made up what was lost and now exploded. Pitaro in the lead for Morristown High School in lane 3. Pitaro there, the touch. Burns is into the pool. Second into the pool for MBS is Isla Johnston, their anchor, followed by Leah Goroway, a junior for Morristown. On the touch, does Johnston have enough? What a powerful touch from Johnston. And now Johnston has a chance to catch Claire Burns. This could be interesting. Johnston less than a body length behind. Burns is going to hold her off. Isla Johnston finishing in second in the heat. Leah Goroway and the second 200 freestyle relay team for Morristown finishing in third. Promising start there from the B relay team of freshman Sabrina Carr and Kelly Jewell. Sabrina Carr is, as I touched on before, among those freshmen like Emma Traver, Jewell, Carr, they're all being, Aubrey Jordan, all getting an opportunity to be tested by Coach Joe Sakala in different events to see how they might fit in. But the bottom line is that their strengths are pretty solid across the board. He is trying to see how they will best develop and where to use them as their careers grow. Another freshman, Caitlin Liu, who is a backstroker. Here we go to the boys 200 freestyle relay. 2 relays from Morristown High School. Lane 3, Lincoln Stewick will lead it off. Lane 5, Andrew Alexopoulos in lane number 5. Two relays as well for MBS. Noah Gearman is in the pool in lane 4, and Jack Moore is in the pool lane 2. The lead is in lane 3. Andrew Kosiak just into the pool. Lincoln Stewick gave him a very healthy lead. Lane 5, Luke van Borstel was into the pool second, but in lane 4, Jack Moore making up a lot of time. Moore has put MBS into second place in this heat, although Daniel Raymer in lane 2 has made up a lot of time. But Jack Cotnoir in lane 3 is into the pool, and Cotnoir finishing off what Kosiak gave him. And Jack Cotnoir has expanded, and it is now a nearly 15-meter advantage for the top relay team for Morristown High School. Cotnoir the touch, and now there is Owen Barone. Second in the pool is lane 4. And Will Lestrange for MBS to make up some ground. And Lestrange is doing that in a very quick way. Look out. Barone is being chased. Barone has the touch. But if Lestrange in another 15 meters, that might have been something else. Race is on between lane 2, MBS, Ben Bodak, lane 5, and Nate Miller. That was very tough to tell. And of course, athletes on both sides knowing one another. Many Morristown high school residents, or many Morristown residents, of course, attend Morristown Baird, and some have grown up one another and attend the same swimming clinics growing up. We go to the girls' 100 backstroke. Aubrey Jordan, lane 3 from Morristown. Penelope Jamison, lane 1. Freshman Emma Traver in lane 5. Ellis Conroy, lane 2 for MBS. Katie Clark is in lane 4. And Mira Iyer is in lane 6. In lane 3, Aubrey Jordan has built a 2-length lead upon the first full lap. She is the best backstroker, as they touched on before. And trying to see where Aubrey might fit in for this team towards a strong finish in the state level for Morristown High School. And Jordan has only expanded the lead. Question is, who's going to be in second in this heat? Lane 4, Katie Clark appears like she is in third, and it's lane 5, Morristown High School teammate, and Emma Traver that would be there. Jordan has finished. Traver finishes the heat in second, and in third, it is Katie Clark for MBS. And lane 2 to finish up, Ellis Conroy. And lane number 6 in Mira Iyer. Iyer touches, and so does Conroy. Over to the boys' 100 backstroke. MBS was scheduled to have just 2 swimmers and a full deck on hand for Morristown High School. And that's indeed what we'll have. Morristown High School, lane 2, Ronnie Schreier, and lane 4, Nick Troiano. Owen Barone, senior in lane 3 for Morristown. Sean Forsell, first time we see Sean in the backstroke, I think, this season, lane 1. And Beckett Baldessari, a freshman in lane 5. Lane 3, it's Owen Barone at the first 25. Barone has the lead over MBS senior Jeff Edelman. Jeff also plays boys soccer, not a club swimmer, a year-round swimmer. Jeff is going to be a student at Lehigh next year, also varsity tennis. He's had some bad luck in his career with illness. but healthy this year, but he can be in basically any relay. Barone in lane 3, still with the lead for Morristown. And MBS lane 4, Jeff Edelman. He touches second. Still 3 swimmers in the pool. Lane 5, Beckett Baldessari. And Beckett, again, unofficial time. Beckett's best time, 1:52. So he was down at 1:40, so that's of note for Beckett. Lane number 1, Sean Forsell was at 1:47. His season best time. He might have finished a shave under that today, too. So this is what it's all about. Later in the season, of course, you will see everybody have better times. Regardless if you're an in-season swimmer or a club swimmer, your stroke gets sharpened up, your compete level, your mental toughness. Now to the girls' 100 breaststroke. For MBS, lane 6, Abby Ewing. Lane 4, Joanne Lee. Lane 2, Whitney Robertson. Morristown's freshman Caitlin Liu is lane 3. Samantha Lima, lane 5. Gabriela Araya, lane 1. Lane 5, Samantha Lima has put herself into great position. Lima has some competition to her left. And Joanne Lee of MBS. And further, Caitlin Liu, freshman in lane 3. So this looks like it could be a very nice race throughout. After a full lap, it remains Samantha Lima here leading this meet in the girls 100 breaststroke for Morristown. Lima pops up, still in the lead. Status quo. Caitlin Liu, her teammate, is in third. To her left, Morristown Baird's Joanne Lee right behind her. Lima on the touch is there, followed by Joanne Lee and then Caitlin Liu of Morristown. Whitney Robertson will touch up in lane 6, or rather lane 2. Abby Ewing, who must be exhausted by this point in the afternoon, completes the girls' 100 breaststroke. Boys 100 breaststroke. Five swimmers here, 2 from MBS. Ben Bodak, lane 2. Senior Jeff Edelman, lane 4. Morristown High School's Lincoln Stewick, lane 3. Jack Cotnoir, lane 5. Andrew Alexopoulos, lane 1. In the boys 100 breaststroke. Lane 3, Lincoln Stewick. He's had good performances today, but he's going to get a challenge here from Jack Cotnoir, who is in the bottom of your picture in lane 5. Stewick touches first. And in third in this heat, lane number 4, Jeff Edelman of MBS. Stewick has maintained about a body length lead. Stewart trying to close strong. About a length and a half or so advantage for Stewart, and that's the way it'll close out. Cotnoir finishes behind him after a very competitive first 50 meters. Lane 1, Andrew Alexopoulos makes it a sweep at the top for Morristown High School in this event in the boys 100 breast. And then the touch from Jeff Edelman. And then we'll have Ben Bodak touch up to complete the boys 100 breast. You might have noticed some of the cool looking red swim jackets that MBS has this year. Major props goes to Sarah Ellerton. New, of course, to the program as an assistant coach and director of admissions. And she was able to, amidst all of her connections, find maybe among the very, very unique swimming jackets out there that has been all the rage. There's an example of it, as one of the MBS swimmers models it for us. So that is very new for 2024. Girls 400 freestyle relay. Two relay teams apiece. Lane 3, Isabella Tapkis led it off for Morristown High School. Cassie Patino in lane 4 led it off for MBS. And the other relay for Morristown High School, freshman Anya Sidhu. Isabella Tapkis continues to extend. And this is Tapkis by herself already after the first 50. And Tapkis, incidentally, is one of the best backstrokers in the program, too. Usually leads relays off as a backstroker, but she's done 50 freestyle sprinting, too. Such a versatile swimmer. And in a day like this, she gets to tow her feet in the water, so to speak, in a different event. So Tapkis concluded. Lilia Ushiki is into the pool and is only increasing the lead out of lane 3 for the top relay of Morristown High School, the 400 free. Lane 5, Alexandra Hainzel is right behind her, and the MBS relay of Ellis Conroy drops back deeper into third in this heat. Next in lane 3 will be Claire Burns. Very sizable advantage. There's the touch by Burns in the 400 freestyle. Rather, this is Burns, just jumped into the pool. Ushiki is done. This is Burns in the third leg here, this 400 freestyle relay. Oriana James Dreyer, she will be the anchor. Top relay, such excitement for Morristown coach Joe Sakala. 3 sophomores on this relay, and the lone senior Claire Burns. Adriana Petrucci, the third swimmer in the B relay in the 400 freestyle from Morristown. She's now in the pool and will give off to Emma Traver momentarily, as that relay is in second. And now lastly into the pool is Oriana James Dreyer. So OJ keeps going. Today, just a bit of a tune-up for Oriana James Dreyer. She's going to swim distance on Saturday. And a relay is always a nice higher intensive event. Usually the gym is so much louder, or rather the pool is so much louder. Not so much about pacing, more about explosion. But not too much. She wants to have her body and shoulders rested ahead of Saturday's Morris County Championships. Final touch for Oriana James Dreyer. MBS is about to hand it off after Whitney Robertson just concluded to their last leg, and Mira Iyer. There is a touch from James Dreyer. And one more turn out of lane 5. And Emma Traver in the second relay team from Morristown High School. That looks like it'll also finish 1-2 that way. Lane 5, here comes Emma Traver. Traver completes. And on the far side, lane 1, Valerie Dela Cruz still swimming for Morristown High School. And here in lane 4 is Mira Iyer of Morristown Baird. Dela Cruz on the touch, and then is Iyer, and that completes today's girls swimming portion of the meet. And then we'll have one more event, the boys 400 freestyle relays. After this race, it's all about preparing for Saturday for these student athletes that are getting ready for the Morris County Championships that are so competitive. Chatham is absolutely loaded. Of course, Del Barton doesn't even need to be mentioned. Freestyle relay. 2 relays each. Noah Gearman is into the water, lane 4 for MBS. Jeff Edelman in lane 2. Andrew Kosiak, lane 3 for Morristown High School. Alexopoulos is in lane number 5 for Morristown. Lane 3, Andrew Kosiak continues to lead. James Rodas getting ready. Alexopoulos is about 2.5 body lengths behind. Can Alexopoulos make it up before he hands it off for Beckett Baldessari? Rodas very eager over on the platform to get into the water. Rodas is in. Alexopoulos on the touch, now Baldessari is in. In lane 4 for MBS, Jack Moore is in after Noah Gearman concludes. 1 and 2 are both Morristown High School swimmers. James Rodas, distance swimmer. .400 freestyle is his event. This a little bit more of a cupcake for him, being a part of a relay team. Rodas has extended to perhaps a lead of nearly 10 meters. As he leads Beckett Baldessari, his Morristown High School teammate. Rodas in lane 3 did his job, and now Owen Barone is into the pool. Baldessari about to touch. Nick Husel is into the pool, but now you're watching Owen Barone by himself keep the lead of 10 lengths. Or I should say 10 meters. Top time this year for the boys freestyle relay for Coach Joe Sakala of Morristown has been 3 minutes 3:46. But I'm not sure if this is his top lineup. Of course, relay teams have so many different iterations of it during the course of the season for a variety of reasons. But Owen Barone has maintained that advantage of at least 10 meters and probably has extended now against Nick Husel, who is in the bottom portion of your screen in lane 5. Ben Bodak in the water in lane number 4. We're about to get into the water, rather, is Bodak in lane 4 for MBS. Into the pool is Lincoln Stewick. And the senior anchor here is in lane 3. So Barone really separated, even added to the lead over his final 15 meters or so. Barone did over Nick Husel, and now it is Stewick. Nate Miller into the pool now. Lane 5 for Morristown's second relay team. There in the turn was Lincoln Stewick. He is the leader. Bodak, you just saw jump into the pool. He is still the third swimmer on the top relay for MBS. But do not be fooled. You are watching the leader there in Lincoln Stewick. As Morristown has nearly lapped the third place unit here. The third place relay. And their advantage is now, I'd say, nearly 20 meters ahead of Miller and the second relay. There's the touch from Lincoln Stewick. Lane 3, the top relay is done. Oh, check that, rather. That is Miller on the touch. Miller actually had made up a bunch. Miller had closed it down to within, I'd say, about 8 meters or so. So a great job by junior Nate Miller there. But that is Lincoln Stewick that is smiling in the pool in lane number 3 for Morristown. And in the middle, still going, lane 4, Ben Bodak. Well, check that, rather, must have been a switch. I think that's Ethan Kothavali, actually, that just closed it up. And that is all in the boys' freestyle relay. And that puts a wrap to today's competition. Morristown High School and Morristown Baird will both have swimmers and qualifiers advancing to Saturday's Morris County Swimming Championships. So that's why today, being Senior Day 2024, you saw unusual lineups, a little bit skeleton lineups in some cases, with both teams having swim meets yesterday, and so tough in a back-to-back, but due to schedule and weather issues, this is the best play, only the best way that it had to come out. Yesterday, Morristown High School lost for the first time. They lost to Chatham 118 to 52 over on the girls' side, and 127-43 on the boys' side. Meanwhile, MBS yesterday, decently competitive on the road at Parsippany Hills, 101-68. As the girls under Eugene Sharp are 2-3 on the season, and the MBS boys yesterday also had an opportunity if they could have won a relay somewhere, 108-62, also at Parsippany Hills yesterday. The boys are 2-4. So that does it for everybody here. And first of all, congratulations to the 8 Morristown Baird School seniors in Doherty, Edelman, Ewing, Gehrman, Kafavali, Ortega, Patchett, and Tinkleman in their next endeavors, and a strong finish to their swimming careers here in winter sports at Morristown Baird School. Congratulations once again, and good luck moving forward for Morristown High School and MBS into Saturday's very, very ultra-competitive counties in Morris County's swimming championships. Morris County could be a top 3 county in the state in terms of swimming. That would be a fantastic podcast to discuss with those people in the know. That'll do it for everybody here. For our guys here, Body by Jake Gallagher on camera, and Simon Rosawasser, our producer, director, and executive president. My name is Ralph Bednarczyk saying so long. Thank you so much for watching Play-by-Play Productions today from the Rook Pool at Morristown Baird School.